Hi there. First of all, the audio on this is not going to be fantastic. Um, I'm just talking into my phone right now, actually, in my closet. So, kicking it very old school. And there's a great chance my cat Etienne is gonna run on in and start making noises. But I was just posting a video, what will be my April Fool's video, which will already be up at this time. And I was scheduling it so that it will come out on April 1st for you guys. There's a plane flying overhead too, just like old times. And so I was going to post it. And when I logged into my channel. And again, this is something I have not really done in a very, very, very long time. I think the best way I can explain that is, and here he is right on schedule. Here's Etienne. Hi, Etienne. You guys might be able to see Etienne if you go back to some of my very, very first videos. His little gray kitty cat. Anyway, so yeah, the best ways that I can explain the amount of time is that I never, ever, ever made a decision to stop making content. I never planned on it. And so the longer and longer and longer it took, the more I just thought it'll just be a little bit longer. It'll just be a little bit longer before I can get back to it. So as I recovered from being sick and getting a handle on it and getting a handle on my health and what was going on, there became someone else in my life who needed me. And a lot of you know that I had a child at that time. And of course, I like to think about how much time has gone by and that so many of you have probably become parents or have started businesses or created works of art or fallen in love. Like, I can't believe how much time has gone by. And I think about all of the journeys that you've all taken to, and it makes me really, really happy and hopeful to think about. But I got to have this journey of having this this boy who is well, there's no words, are there? For anyone who loves anyone, we pretend to have words for, but there aren't. But my baby boy, he has special needs, and don't we all, right? But it became really evident really early on that he needed more from me than maybe I sort of had originally expected, and that was completely fine. I felt ready and able to give him all that I had. But in so doing that, I just, again, there was never, ever even a second of time that was really even felt like my own, let alone time that I felt like I could give or dedicate to anything else. And as it got farther and farther away from me, and it became something where I knew less and less of what to say. Do you ever fail to return like a message or an email right away? Not because you don't want to, but because you care so much about it. It's like somebody you maybe haven't heard from in a while, and you think like, I can't just make this a run-of-the-mill message. This has to be great. This has to convey all of the love and all of the missing that I've been doing for this person in my life, and has to be really good. And so you wait, and then you wait longer, and then it gets harder and harder, and you don't know what to say. There was a lot of that where I as it got further and as I still couldn't find time, I had so much guilt and shame around, like, when am I going to be able to make content? When am I going to be able to create space and time for this? Because it felt deeply important to me to get back to you all. And I couldn't, and I didn't. And life kept going. And other people in my life, without going into too much personal detail, I had a couple other people very close to me also get quite ill and need a lot of care, and just a lot of life happened. And I never wanted to walk away, so I never wanted to make any kind of announcement that I was leaving, but then I could never find the time to come back. And I didn't know how much time it would be, so I didn't want to make any promises I couldn't keep. And eventually I started feeling so sad about it. And again, feeling so guilty about it and overwhelmed by it, that I think I started avoiding even logging in. And then life just kept on going. Anyway, today when I went to upload that video to schedule it, and again, it's a silly, and really it's just an audio, as is this. It's so very, very, very silly. It's just that I was talking to my lovely friend Matt, who you might know as originally AS Matt R and now Matt-tastic ASMR. But we've always both really enjoyed doing really silly April Fool's videos and audio content because, a long time ago on the internet, like, April Fool's Day used to be such a fun, silly, goofy day on the internet, and I always kind of loved doing something for it. So I thought, like, what a fun day to kind of come back instead of with anything like great or grand, just with something silly. That way all your expectations would be nice and low in the gutter where I need them because it's been so long. But yeah, so as I was scheduling that, I saw that I had made an update that I had completely forgot about. And it broke my heart because in it I had told you guys that I was sick, and I had told you guys that I would update you, and I failed to do that. And I worried you all. And I find that pretty unforgivable. It is truly something I had completely even forgotten that had happened. I was very pregnant and very, very sick, and I just, listening to it, I am mortified, and I feel, I can't tell you the compunction and the sadness I feel for having worried anyone is all my responsibility. I am so sorry. And for everyone who has cared and given me nothing but love and support, like I was saying about love, I don't have adequate words to say thanks. It's ineffable. So I'm trying to just talk into my silly little phone, like I used to way back in the beginning, without any kind of setup or script, and just tell you that I love you guys. Always have. People make fun of me for that, as you should. Please do. I'm a big emotional mess, and that hasn't changed as I've gotten older. In fact, becoming a mother has made it so much worse. My son knows that if I'm crying, it usually just means I'm happy. But I see what you guys have done, which is maintained this community somehow beautifully, with integrity, with love. ASMR has gotten so big. When I used to do it and I would try to explain to friends or family what it was, nobody knew. And now everybody does. Everybody knows what it is. Again, my 6-year-old knows what it is. I worried, I think, that it got so big that maybe, like a lot of things, it might become, I don't want to say tainted, but cynical. But from where I'm sitting and all the comments I'm catching up on, and you guys, I couldn't be more proud. And I don't really have a right to say proud, just I couldn't be more touched, more moved, more motivated to try to be the best version of me. I always loved ASMR just because it was something calm and simple. We talk about innovation and medicine and technology, and all these things matter. But survival doesn't matter at all if we don't have comfort, if we don't have art, if we don't have laughter. You guys have held that space. I'm honored just to see just how positive it stayed, and to see how big it is and how creative it is, and so coming back to it is humbling. I know so very little of how it all operates anymore, and to be honest, I don't have any intention of trying to compete with anybody, but even really keep up. I will try to be making a proper sort of update at some point. But truly, I always felt most at home in the early days of just kind of very, very lo-fi ASMR, just kind of setting up a camera and going. And so I don't know how much I'll be worried about super, super, super high quality experiences. I mean, I would like to make them as good as possible, but honestly, like, I'm going to be keeping it pretty simple and leaving the really amazing high production stuff to the people who do it great. There's so many of them. Also, I will not have the time to post with a ton of maybe hopefully some consistency, but maybe not a whole lot of frequency. I'm hoping at least once a month, if not more than that. But I hesitate to make any promises. I just kind of need to see how everything shakes out with, again, with health stuff going on still for me. Please don't worry. Please don't worry, but there is still health stuff that I deal with, and it's okay. And again, my family is just like I'm sure for you guys, your loved ones are your number one, and that's always going to be my number one. But if I may, I'm really excited to be able to bring you some content. I've waited so long to have a little bit of time and space to do it. And the second I realized, like, whoa, I have a little bit of time in my day, and I know exactly how I want to use it, and I know exactly who I want to spend it with, and that is with you, if you'll let me after all this time. Because I realized in the update, I was talking about how the world at that time felt to me sort of like a place where maybe people weren't getting along, or things felt maybe not very harmonious to me. I'm sure that you guys are probably not losing the irony there either, that maybe the world is never a perfectly harmonious place. I think now, maybe more than even then, simplicity and calm and hopefully just kind of a little bit of whimsy and silliness are good things in this world. I will do my best to bring what I have to you guys. As far as just sustainability and what's sort of tenable, I will probably not be engaging a ton on like any kind of social media or anything like that, but I will certainly be doing my best to when I can respond to comments and things like that. I've always loved getting to know you all, and so I will certainly do my best there. But like I said, I just gonna keep it all pretty small scale, if that's all right. There's just a ton of ideas I have that I hope you'll enjoy too, and please bring me your ideas. I'm hoping to have my first actual video for you soon. There's a couple things I have going on this month that are kind of it's kind of a nutty time to actually be attempting to start to make videos again. But I just got to a point where I was like, no, if I don't just start, I never will. And but like I said, I hope to have my actual first video out to you quite soon. It should have something to do with World War II, if you guys are into World War II history at all, specifically aviation in World War II. And it will be a role play, kind of old-fashioned role play for me. So I hope you guys will like that. Otherwise, I have a lot of content, as always, to kind of do with the stuff I love. Video games, education, just I guess all the same things I've always enjoyed, and I always try to kind of pay attention to the stuff that you guys are doing. I like to look at what channels you guys have, what content you create, to see what you're into. So please always share with me so I can get my finger on the pulse of what you're interested in, and hopefully reciprocate by bringing you guys content you'll really truly enjoy. But mostly I just wanted to say, as silly as it sounds, and please don't dox yourself or overshare anything you're not comfortable with, but it would make me super happy if you felt like sharing any news that you have of anything lovely or anything you're proud of that's happened in the last years. Since we've been caught up, I won't be able to respond probably to every comment, but I will read every comment and treasure every comment. So if you guys have anything to share or tell me, it would sorry, not getting it emotional. I mean, I am. I always do. You know me. You know me. I haven't changed that much. But I will treasure anything you want to share. Like I said, a lot of you have wished me well. And I thank you. I am. I have a lovelier life than I have any right to have. It's truly charmed and beautiful, and mostly all is well. There has been there are tribulations, and I have had some losses, mostly very recently lost my father, but I think that was a big part of wanting to come back to you guys, because my dad and I were not always super close. He was, as some fathers are, sort of closed off. but he watched my videos. He watched these videos, these silly videos I do. He supported them, and so I I kind of wanted to do this because it was something that always made me feel close to him in a way too. So um yeah. I guess what I'm saying is you all out there have always helped me take anything in my life that's felt hard, and you've helped me find a way to channel it into joy and comfort. And I've always hoped that maybe I can do the same for you. Um, and I know that right now we're all so lucky. There's so many ASMR content creators out there who do this. And how incredible is that? So you have your pick, and I am so glad for that. So if you choose to spend any time back here at my little channel, thank you. And to all of the content creators out there who have emerged, I just have so much respect and excitement watching all of you and what you create, and all of the things you've done. It's incredibly exciting to me. And so thank you um, for continuing to make this tradition of ASMR more than just being something about tingles, but about, being this tradition of the comfort that we can kind of give to one another. So I'm going to stop talking. I will be back soon with real content, but I just didn't want to wait any longer because I realized I've waited far too long to say you guys are, you all are entirely lovely, and I am pleased to, be able to communicate to you, to be any small part of your life, and thank you for letting me in at all. Thank you for everything, always, and I can't wait to kind of get to know you again. So I'll see you soon, and just all kinds of love.